Hola, comadres. Happy Tuesday. A lot going on today over here. I look at my hair. I feel like a fish with their gills sticking out on the side. Kind of just been running around today trying to get things done. But I wanted to take a minute and stop on here and have a little comadre connection with y'all. Today is a good day for us to just kind of stop and take stock and just look at, okay, where am I? And where do I want to go in my life, in my health, in my relationships? Instead of that giant to-do list of the million billion things that we think we should be getting done, what I want to reflect on today is, what are some things that I'm doing that take me closer to my long-term goals? Like one of my long-term goals is to spend more time in nature. And so this morning I did a 1 mile walk. We had to measure our time on 1 mile. And I can say that today I was not soaking in all the sights and sounds of nature in the same way, because I was trying to walk faster. And I did shave some time, a pretty good amount off of my walking time from when I started the challenge 6 weeks ago. But I could still see the changes. And I think being in nature reminds us of the nature of life, just that it's constantly changing. The park where I walk pretty often is just a field of wildflowers. They're beautiful. I can soak them all up as I'm walking by, look at all the different species. And I hadn't been back to walk at that park for, maybe almost 2 weeks, because I had been walking on the river trail and looking at some different scenery. So it was interesting to me today when I went back to the same park where I had started my 1 mile walk at the first week of the challenge. It looked very different. They had mowed off all the wildflowers, and I know that it's the season, like the reality is it's not always going to be the same. Being a woman, being a mother, being a business leader, being a jefa, all the things that we are, being a comadre, it's not always going to look the same, but the journey continues. So as I was walking, like everything had been mowed down to the ground. And I know there's reasons and times when it's time to cut everything down and let it grow up again. But what was interesting is that I didn't feel sad. I had all the times that I came there that I could recall how beautiful it was. I remember a time on Easter when I bought kites for myself and my grown-up kids, and we all flew kites at Conception Park on the south side. That's very close to my work and not far from my home, and so that's been one of my walking places. So as I was walking, I was thinking about how things are not the way we planned them, right? A lot of things do not. We have a vision of how it's going to be, and it's time to take stock on what really matters. Like the fact that they had cut the flowers down did not change my need to continue walking. It didn't take away from nature. Instead of seeing the flowers, I saw all the birds that were hopping around in the shortly cut meadow to find insects, to find things that they were doing. So like in terms of what I'm saying on taking stock is, what are we doing every day to reach a little bit closer to our goals, and looking at our goals rather than just our to-do list. The walk I did today was supposed to be for yesterday. Guess what? Allergies happened. I just couldn't do it, and it's okay. I love and accept myself as I am today, and I'm not hard on myself because I didn't do yesterday's workout yesterday. The reality is I had to listen to my body, and yesterday was not a day that I could go do the walk. So today I did the walk. It might take me till tonight or tomorrow to do the Monday workout, and that is okay. There's other objectives in the day. Taking stock. Did I eat healthy? Have I brought joy and happiness to myself and others? Those are the important things to me. How do I stay in the rhythm? Because things are not always going to go on the schedule that I planned. And I believe that we choose kind of we choose our mood to some extent. Now, definitely there are things that can change our mood from outside, but what I think and believe about myself is going to determine how I feel about myself. So if I think you need to take care of your body, you need to listen to your body, see how you feel tomorrow morning, and then bust out and go. That's what I need to remember, that every day is not going to go like I planned or like I thought. And so I have to give myself grace when I need to take pause and then start back up. I didn't say, oh my gosh, I ruined everything. I didn't do the things on the right day. No, I'm still moving. I'm still making progress. And that's what we're all doing. As moms, as women, as leaders, there's different seasons. Sometimes the flowers are blooming, they're up high, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. And other times they've had to mow everything down and let's start again. So whatever's going on in your life today, I hope you can see where you are making progress, where you are moving forward. And if you need to take a little pause, take the pause. It doesn't mean you've wrecked yourself. You know, one of my other goals was to be more active and to move more. And I have to pay attention to the signposts along the way. The same way that I'm not going to go and cross the street when I'm walking without checking what are the conditions. Is it safe for me to cross the street right here? I'm watching the ground to see, is there something I'm going to trip over? You know, I'm being aware of what are the obstacles in my environment. What are the obstacles in your environment? You know, there's obstacles to people's moods, people's behaviors, my moods, my behaviors. There's a lot of times that I will just say, oh, that just messed me up. But what I can do now is make that mess up or that upset temporary. No, I don't get to put a timer on it and everything's great and fine, ding, ding, when the bell rings. No, but I'm realizing that I am not staying in the dark, in the sadness, in the depression, or in the stuckness. I'm not staying in the stuckness the way I used to. And that's part of like looking ahead. What can I do right now? Part of that is living in the present. That in the present, my value is I will connect to myself and others. And maybe connecting looks different every day. Today I was ready to go out and do that mile and power walk, which is faster than I used to just drag myself around it. So, you know, I could be present with where I am today and not judging myself because I should have been doing that yesterday. And I'm not going to, well, at least, how many the sentences, well, at least you did it. Well, at least you walked. Well, at least, you know, well, at least, that's not helpful. I just want to look at being in the present. What can I do right now? I can sit down and talk to my comadres for a few minutes, eat a healthy lunch, go on to my work for the afternoon, send this email out. If you are in Project Poderosa, my live is tonight, and I'm going to be talking about fear and overcoming fear and how fear can be a springboard to success. And I know it doesn't sound like it, but that's what I'm going to be talking about. So if you're in Project Poderosa, tune in at 8 p.m. Central. If you're not, stay tuned. I'll be talking more things for you, sharing more topics, more thoughts, more ideas. What I want you to take away from this little time we have today is that no matter when you make progress, the progress counts. No matter what you're reaching for, 1 inch closer is 1 inch closer. If we can love and accept ourselves just as we are right now today, that gives us the energy to keep going. And that's what we need. And the energy is here. It's in our heart. It's the light within us. And sometimes we feel that light getting dim. And so connect, plug in, get close to a light source. And maybe for you, a light source is your children, their laughter, their smiles. Maybe a light source for you is being in nature. Maybe a light source is reading and watching people's Instagram stories. I felt a light source this morning from my comadre Isabel Quintanilla because she shared a beautiful video about how she shaved time off of her run and how she was so amazed at herself. And I was like blown away. I watched that before I got ready to go to the park and I'm like, I'm going to go. Isabel did it. I can do it. I can't run like Isabel, but I can walk like me and I can walk faster than the 6 week ago version of me. So thank you for the inspiration. Thank all of you for what you do in my life. And I just hope we're shining the light for each other 24/7, infinity and beyond. In this community, we have each other's backs. Have a good day, comadres. Hope to see you on the live tonight if you're in Project Poderosa. and hope to see everybody on Zoom tomorrow, 8 p.m. Central, where we'll be connecting once again and sharing our light with each other. Have a good day.